Doing some playoff best ball drafts tonight. Going to talk about some fantasy football as well. Maybe some other topics too, if we get around to it. Before we get into everything, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description of the merch store. As always, wearing something from the merch store. It is our classic Pedo Pete t-shirts. You can get that as well as everything else at the merch store. I knew you'd like it. I was like, which shirts I wear tonight? I was like, Kenny will like this. Here's our P2P t-shirt. I was shocked this wasn't taken down. I guess some people don't know what it is, but you can get that as well as everything else at the merch store. You can change the colors. You can get long sleeve hoodie, women's tank top, infant onesie, everything. We have our mugs. We have our famous apron. So 15% off sale right now too. You can go to Amazon, buy my books. The most recent one is Jerks of the College Years, where I just made fun of people. It's a lot of fun to do that. And then Safety and Field Goals, my first book, and it was a top 5 topic about the NFL and mostly serious stuff, but some fun stuff too. All right, we are joined by Kenny from thecapIsFake.com. Kenny, how's it going?
It's fantastic, man. Life is grand. It is cold here in Orlando, Florida. It is major cold front came in. It's like 51. I mean, that is just. I told my wife earlier tonight, we got to move. We're moving to Miami. I can't do that. I can't do this. 51. This is crazy.
It's 28 degrees outside right now in the suburbs of Philadelphia. And it's not just 28, like the wind is ridiculous here. So I would kill for 51, literally kill for 51 degrees. I would love that as like the worst day. But I guess when you're down south, it can get pretty bad. I think I told you last time where my cousin used to go to school in Florida, and he was, and he's originally from Philly, but he was visiting for spring break, and we went to the movies, and like this is like late March, or maybe even April, and I'm like going in shorts and hoodie. He's like, I'm so cold. And I'm like, dude, it's 55 degrees. Come
on. Okay. More importantly, I buried the lead here. More importantly, congratulations to the champ.
Thank you.
Walter Cherepinski, champion of the 215 Hustlers League.
That's right.
Well done. We've been in this league together I've been in this league 20 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. You've been in it a little longer than that.
Yeah, 23 years, I think. Yeah.
So a couple years before I joined you, you introduced me to this league. I feel like half the guys in this league are in it because of you. I can't remember, but like at least several.
That's probably true. We've had some guys rotate as well who like I got them into this league and then eventually they left. Jacob is in this because of me. Jacob Kamaker beat him in the championship to get revenge from 3 years ago when I was playing Jacob in the championship. I was up 19 heading into the championship. I still had Joe Burrow and T. Higgins. He only had Dawson Knox. And of course, Joe Burrow drives down the field, throws a touchdown to Higgins. I'm like, oh man, I'm going to win this. And then the next drive, Damar Hamlin goes down. The game's canceled, and I don't get any points, and I lose the championship. I still can't believe I lost that way. But yeah, now I get my revenge 3 years later on Jacob. It is a good feeling.
Lame.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I felt like my team in this league was really good to start, and it just my momentum slowed. I just wasn't as good down the stretch, and I had a feeling, and I got bounced in the first round. So it is what it is.
You did outscore everyone in the second round though. Right. Yeah. You definitely outscored me. I was the highest score in the second round. You outscored me in the second round too. So I would have played you in the second round had you won. So I believe you would have won. I think the scores are up here actually. Yeah.
And then I would have lost in the title game probably.
You would have lost 112 to 105 to Jacob. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's it's funny how that goes. I was in another I was in 2 money leagues this year. So this one I won. The other one I had I think the second highest scoring team or third highest scoring team, and I was a 3 seed, and I lost in the first round. Just because my guys just didn't do anything that week for some reason. And then I was like, the next round I watched, I was like you, I had the highest scoring team out of everyone still remaining. I'm like, oh man, it could have won. And then the championship, I outscored both the teams in the championship. So I'm like I just really had just one bad week, and like the rest of the week I would have been great. The rest of the weeks I would have been great. So it's unfortunate,
Yeah, it's how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. So
yeah.
But Well done on the win. And now we we go on. I also had a great DraftKings week. My weekly slate did pretty good, and a little more than break even. And I won one of my best ball leagues, or not leagues, but I won some money. I finished 7th place. So it was good fantasy week. Ready for some drafts. Ready for some playoff drafting.
Yeah, playoff drafting. I wanted to highlight my team for a second. Like Drake May was, I think, the MVP of my team. He was so good all year. And
particularly where you drafted him, where you drafted him in like the 11th round or whatever.
Well, yeah, something like that. Yeah. It just goes to show, as you always say, that you can wait on a quarterback, right? I mean, he was incredible.
Where did you get Hunter Henry, by the way? Where did you draft him?
I think I picked him up, actually. I don't think I drafted him initially. I think I had him. Hunter Henry is awesome too. Like those two together, and TreVeyon Henderson down the stretch. Like Henderson didn't do anything like the first 5 or 6 weeks, but then like down the stretch, he really got going here. Didn't actually do much this past week, but didn't really need it either. But like Drake, this 42 that he had, I don't know if you saw this game. He had it, and before the third quarter is over, he was on the bench.
He had 5 touchdowns in the first half.
He had 5 touchdowns. It felt like if the Patriots wanted to keep going and kept the foot on the gas, they could have scored 70 against the Jets. Like they easily could have had the most points ever in a game. I think it was 76. I think is the record. I think the Redskins did it one year or one game. I believe it's like it's in the mid 70s. So they could have challenged for that. What'd you say?
Just
sorry. You're breaking up.
We're not carrying game.
You keep breaking up. Scored in an NFL game.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear now. Yeah. Go ahead. What did you say?
Yeah, the Jets players, they could care less about that game. They were thinking about their tee times for January.
Of course, yeah. They didn't care. The record for most points scored by one team in a game is 72 by the Redskins, which I got. That game was 72-41 in 1966. So that record easily could have gone down if they had just kept the foot on the gas, but they didn't need to. Like, why would you risk injuries? So great season by May. My first round pick was Devon Achane. He was great all year. Actually didn't do that well this past week. Chase Brown was my second round pick. He was like Henderson, where he didn't do much in the first half of the year, and then when Joe Burrow came back, like he became the guy I thought he would. Pickens, I drafted like 7th. He felt to me in like the 7th round or something. It was pretty crazy. Sutton was like a 5th round pick, I believe. I think Henderson's my third or 4th round pick. I'm not sure. But I just want to talk about like something I did down here that Jacob didn't do, by the way. If your league has tiebreakers for bench points, just drop everyone you're not playing and pick up quarterbacks. That's what I did. It's got Cousins. I got Malik Willis. I got Bryce Young. And then I was like, that should be enough, right? I won the bench 81-40. So just make sure you do that. Like, there's no point in keeping the other guys.
I hate.
What'd you say?
I hate the idea of bench players being a tiebreaker, but I guess I don't know what the better tiebreaker is.
Highest scoring player, maybe? Like, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything. I mean, if you have decimal points, you probably don't need a tiebreaker. Right. Like we've had so many ties this year, you know.
So weird.
Yeah, seriously. So asking, do either of you have a traditional meal for New Year's Eve? For my wife and me, it is Walt's favorite Chinese or Eddie Lacy Chinese food. No, we don't. No, not really. It feels like during different parts of my life, it's just doing different things on New Year's Eve. Because obviously, you know, when you're single, you're trying to go out on New Year's Eve, and then you realize it's stupid because it's so crowded. And then you try to have like parties at your house, and that's usually like pizza that you order, or like chicken nuggets or something you make in the oven very quickly or something. So I never had anything. And then like with my wife and me, the problem is like my wife, in all the years we've been together, which is since 2013, she has only stayed up to New Year's once in all those years, and it was only because we had guests over one year. But like other than that, she has never stayed up. She's never made it to midnight. She goes to bed at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. So I'm always up by myself on New Year's Eve anyway.
It's so great. I love it.
Yeah. What about you? Do you do anything?
We don't have a tradition or anything like that. We do. No, not a tradition. What are we doing tomorrow night? We're gonna order. What do we get tomorrow night? We have people coming over. We're gonna get. We're gonna do like a buffalo wings type place. So
Okay, nice. It's
wings
actually
and fries.
yeah, it's actually my son's birthday tomorrow, so
Nice.
we're going to Sahara Sam's. I don't know if you've ever heard of that place, but
Yeah,
it's an indoor water park.
I didn't
Unfortunately,
know. I didn't know it's still around.
yeah, yeah. We went to it a couple of months ago because he was invited to it for his friend's birthday party, and so he, we're taking him. It's a surprise, so he should like it. Yeah, it's an indoor water park. They have an arcade there too. It's pretty good. If you're a kid, you're gonna have way more fun there than an adult, but they still have adult rides too and stuff. So, it'll be fun for him. That's what matters, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get to some best ball drafts, shall we? And I forgot to mention, please consider super stash, super stickers, the best way to support the show. Because I'm like Ned Stark saying winter is coming. Q1 is coming in 2 days. Unfortunately, that means all our ad rates are going to drop to like 0. So it's gonna be rough for like a couple of weeks or maybe like a month and a half actually. So if you guys really want to keep us going, that's the best way. All right, let's refresh and see if we could both enter at the same time. Let's do the math here. 78325 divided by 6. We can enter right now.
$20 one, right?
Yeah.
All right, boom.
You in?
I am in waiting room.
Okay, nice. Love how you just do the math very quickly and figure out if you can start
it. Divide by 6. It's too hard. I can't do that.
I know.
I need a calculator for this.
Yeah. Well, I'm using the calculator. Like, I don't know, like 78,325 divided by 6, and my 6 times tables doesn't go that high.
So while we wait for this draft to fill, I was talking smack to you today by text message, and I just don't. I'm no longer scared of the Rams. I was legitimately scared of the Rams, and so.
Oh, number 1 pick, baby.
Oh, nice. I'm number 6. We're way on the other end. Look at that.
Oh, we're bookending it the first time.
I'm no longer scared of the Rams. This team, they don't make me scared. I don't think they're that good. I think they're overrated. I think Matt Stafford his back is probably acting up, or he's a diva now. I don't know what it is, or the refs stopped bailing them out, or kind of like Stranger Things. One of the guys is going to come out as gay. I don't know what's going on.
But that's why the Reds doing bad.
Listen, I just know that this team's not good. I was genuinely afraid of them coming to Philadelphia to play the Eagles and beating the Eagles. I thought, man, this is good. Like, they got to do whatever it takes to not play the Rams in round 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, bring it. So,
well, I think no. So I don't think there's any. There's no like elite team this year.
No. In either conference, really, right?
No. The NFC is better than the AFC, I think. But I think if you're an Eagles fan, there's one team you should be scared of. Absolutely scared of. You know what that team is? No.
The Eagles.
The Eagles. Absolutely, it's the Eagles. Their offense is so dreadful sometimes. They can't move the ball. It's horrible.
It's so weird.
Yeah. The Lane Johnson's absence has just killed the offense. Now he should be back, but at what capacity? He's gonna be healthy? We don't know that. Like,
the thing is, the interior of the offensive line has been terrible.
Oh yeah,
Dickerson and Juergens, they're not healthy. So, the Eagles' defense was great for the entire game on Sunday. You're on the clock, by the way.
Our draft starts in 5 seconds. Already.
Oh, okay.
I already got my thing. I forgot to do this on the phone too, by the way. So, in the small chance that we're getting sniped by one of these 4 other people, I would like to not show my picks. So this happened before, so you can't count it out. Plus, this guy is stochastic. You can't trust those people.
He's stochastic.
What'd you say?
He said he's stochastic.
Yeah, the symbol there, stochastic. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can't trust stochastic people. From my
what they are.
Osmo, the old Osmo site.
But like, why do they all have the same? Like, why do all those guys have the same logo?
Because if you finish highly in one of the contests and you have that logo, you get you get perks on their site or something.
Oh,
so it's not like I assume this is not an employee. Well, John, Kenny, congratulations on landing a top player in this draft, except for Puka.
I guess I got to go with Josh Allen.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you fall to 106?
And let's see. What all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go. This is the Super Bowl This is the Super Bowl lineup right here.
Nice.
So yeah, I guess I always see these guys with the logo, and I'm always like, why do they promote that? I don't get it. Anyway.
Yeah, it's you get like a 3-month subscription or something if you finish highly, which is pretty expensive over there. Especially if you buy the someone took you had a quarterback anyway. Yeah, especially if you get like the Sims tool that they have, it's really expensive. So I get it. I was gonna take Drake May. Why did this guy take Cook and then Drake May? Like, I don't understand what these people are doing sometimes. But looks like I was gonna go Rams Patriots, but that's off the board. So I'm gonna take Kyron Williams to pair with Nakua, and then I'm gonna maybe pivot to Jacksonville here. Go Travis Etienne.
So I was thinking the Eagles defense was great for the whole game,
and
the Eagles offense was great for half of the game, and the Eagles offense was absolutely dreadful for half of the game.
Yeah.
So, now I will say this: there was one big down the field pass to AJ Brown that was like obvious, blatant pass interference. The refs didn't call. If they call that, then the Eagles have the ball, first and goal at the 3-yard line, and like that probably changes the complexion of the game quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there was that horrible call. I don't know, maybe you disagree with it, but like the Josh Allen fumble that was looked like tuck roll. I thought like whoever they had on the broadcast, probably is Pereira. He was like, "Oh, it has to be clear and obvious." I'm like, that is the most clear and obvious thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was like, the ball is going forward. I was going forward, and the ball felt like it was like an incompletion.
He was bringing it back.
No, the arm was going forward, and then I think he brought it back, but then he like threw it forward. He threw it.
By the way, I don't know who to draft here, so I hate this team. I hate this team. This team sucks.
I think you should draft Nico Collins.
Yeah.
It's so Eagles Bills is always tough if you don't get Barkley or Cook, because then you're like, what do you do at running back? You have to go with like Ty Johnson or Tank Bigsby. I feel like I found that's like a really tough build. But like if you get one of the running backs, you're in the clear, I guess. You also need the quarterback too, and that's the challenge. By the way, what is Martian Monster doing? He's drafted Drake May and Brock Purdy. What is the thinking there, or is there any thinking? Probably not,
right? Okay, so I got Collins as a bonus help, or do I just pivot to the Texans?
I mean, you might have to. At this point, I got Rams,
and then just have Josh Allen as an extra player.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good extra player, right?
Yeah, it's a great extra player, right?
Yeah. I mean, it like hypothetically, if it's like Eagles Texans, but like the Texans beat the Bills on the way to the Super Bowl, you're looking pretty good because Josh Allen probably outscores CJ Stroud up until that point,
right?
So I don't know. I like my team. Conversely, I like my team so far. I think I've had the entire roster written out except for tight ends at this point, which you can always add. The Rams have 1 million tight ends.
Yeah, I don't. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just still keep going with Bills here at least a little bit. I don't. There's no good option here.
Yeah.
This team sucks. Uh, you're welcome for the $20. All right.
Paying the break. Nice.
Yeah. Do I just okay? I need a running back, I guess, early in the early draft in the early rounds. This is a disaster. You guys are watching a car wreck right here.
I usually don't like drafting out of the 6th spot either. I drafted there earlier today. I didn't like my team very much.
I have not built any Bills Eagles builds actually with
Yeah.
Josh Allen as quarterback. I've done some Eagles Bills where I've gotten Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's an interesting dilemma I'm in now.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go. Let's continue this stack here. I mean, stack wise, my team looks awesome. Now it's the question of do they score a lot in the first round to get me there? So we'll see. That's always the challenge.
This team sucks. It's all right.
Well, at least you didn't draft Drake May and Brock Purdy back to back. What seriously, what's the plan there? The Ravens are interesting, by the way. They always start going around round 7. And at that point I'm like, why not? Like, all they need to do is beat the Steelers, and that doesn't seem that difficult. They're favored with 3.5 anyway.
All right. So I've got some Texans players here.
Nice.
So basically I'm going to build the Eagles Bills and Eagles Texans lineup.
Yeah, it makes sense. Look, I mean, you may not like your team, but you have some really good players too. I mean, you have Allen, Brown, and Collins and Jacobs. You know, they could advance you. It's not a bad team. There are definitely worse teams here. What do you make of the Stephon Diggs situation? By the way, he just went. Well, I mean, he went at 3 or 5, but
are they gonna? It doesn't. I mean, he says he's like, I'm denying this, and the team came out and kind of made a statement in defense of him, which is very unusual. Teams don't usually do that. They usually kind of just say nothing.
Right.
They basically were like defending him, like, you know, we're gonna adjudicate, let the law adjudicate this, and basically we're gonna pretend like it didn't happen, and we're just gonna keep going. Like, I guess he's playing, and there's no one worried about it for now. I don't know. It's weird. It just felt very different than normal.
Yeah, it did. I need some receivers, so taking the best receivers off the board. So that's what, 4 receivers? Okay, so wouldn't mind another quarterback either, but sometimes if I get Josh Allen, I just usually don't draft another quarterback, or same like Drake May. I've been the reason I asked about Diggs is because well, I mean, outside the obvious, like, it's newsworthy, but I like, given how much better May keeps just getting every week, like, I feel like is he going too late here? Like, he went 205 here. I've seen him go like round 3 today. Some guy took him 106, but still, I feel like there's a good chance like he's just going like way too late. Like you said, you know, you're not afraid of any team, and nor should you be. Like, there's no dominant team this year, but like, what I mean, like, so like, given that it's wide open, like, they could certainly go. You're on the clock.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we're going to build a Packers team here.
Okay.
And because this team's let me see. Gosh, yeah, this team's terrible. All right. So I either need Tank Bigsby
or Ty Johnson or Ray Davis.
Mm-hmm.
So took Burden. Okay, I need a second quarterback.
All right, I am.
I need a second quarterback and a second tight end. So just figure why not stack Darnold and Barner together.
All right, I'm going to end up with. I'm going to end up with 4 matchups here potentially.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, Bigsby's going to be my running back for Eagles Bills, which is not great, but I'm gonna have enough to have Eagles Bills, Eagles Texans, Bills Packers, and Texans Packers. So
nice.
And then I'm gonna go Brandon Cooks, who looks like slightly rejuvenated. He's gotten a lot of targets and. He got one big pass against the Eagles past week. So, yeah, that's my that's my guy now. So,
I've been drafting him too. So I'm on board with that for sure. Need a receiver. Need a 5th receiver. Let's see. Adunze went way too late. He's dealing with a foot injury, but still, I don't know if he's healthy or not, or if he's going to play. And I mean, we're 1 week away from knowing who exactly is going to be on the team. I mean, in the playoffs.
Well, the NFC's already locked up, right?
Well, not Tampa, Carolina. So I mean, because looking at the top player available, top receiver available is Mike Evans. So just don't know at this point. I think I have I think I'm Rams Seahawks as well. There's one guy that's pretty shocking. This guy's not drafted. I'm going to take him, even though I don't need the position. That'll be Zach Charbonnet. Like, how did he go undrafted? He's getting all the goal line work, and he's like, I mean, we talked about it all year. He's like 50-50 almost with Walker.
Yeah, and they're a good team.
Yeah, so I think I do have Seattle. So I have Lawrence, Etienne, Myers. Do I have a second Jacksonville receiver? Actually, I don't. Okay, never mind. I almost have a Seahawks Jaguars team. I was going to take Parker Washington. Someone took him right before I could. All right, yeah. So standard Rams Jaguars. I have Lawrence, Etienne, Nakua, Myers. And Strange, and then Kyron Williams, and then also Blake Corum down here, and that's it. So pretty good team, I think. So how'd your team make out after you were so down on it initially?
Yeah, there's 2 different strategies I think that work for these playoff best ball drafts. One strategy is pick one potential Super Bowl lineup or combination and just get the best possible Super Bowl connect. So it's like if you're going to do Eagles Bills, you really want your whole roster to be Eagles Bills, so you can basically monopolize every point scored in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You want all the best players on the game. That's the first strategy. But if you miss out on certain players, then what you do is your follow up is, okay, let me get as many options. I want optionality, right? It's the language that some guys like to use. So we want optionality. So it's like, all right, I want to build a lineup that has like multiple different Super Bowl lineups that have a viable team. So it's not a great Super Bowl lineup, but at least it's viable. So, and that's the strategy I kind of backed into here. So I've got 4 different combinations. So if the Eagles and Bills are playing, or the Eagles and Texans in the Super Bowl, or if it's the Bills, Packers, or Texans, Packers, I've got a starting lineup for each one of those 4 Super Bowl combinations. And I think any of those combinations are realistic. As you said, I don't think there's any obvious teams. I don't think there's any I don't think there's any dominant elite teams at all. And so I would not be surprised if the Bills made the Super Bowl. I would not be surprised if the Texans made it, honestly. Like, a little surprised, but not like, they got a great defense, and the AFC is a bunch of flawed teams. So although I wonder if we'll look back and realize the Patriots actually aren't flawed, and like we just underrated them. Like,
yeah.
They got a great coach. They don't really have any glaring weaknesses. They've got a few positions where it's like they don't have any stellar players, but they don't have any glaring weaknesses on their roster. And they got a great coach, and they have a great young quarterback who's getting better each week. We may look back a month from now and the Patriots win the Super Bowl and be like, oh, that was obviously the team, So
you could be right. I mean, the one negative you could say is inexperience, but like, who does it matter? The Patriots won in 2001 with no experience, with a second-year quarterback. It's the same thing. Great defensive coach, really good defense, good offensive line. We'll see if Will Campbell comes back. Sounds like he should be able to. So that'll be a good boost. And Drake May he's the MVP. I think he's up to like minus 550 to win MVP. He's definitely going to lock it in. They don't have like a great receiver, but Stephon Diggs has been really good. They have a bunch of good role players, and again, that Patriots team that won, their top receivers are Troy Brown and David Patton. So it's not like you need great receivers. So I think that they're just as live as everyone else to go to the Super Bowl. I think are there any teams out like in the playoffs where you're like they have zero chance, given that it's so wide open? Because usually every year you can point to like 3 teams, that you're 4 teams, you're like, they have no chance. But like this year where it's wide open, are there any teams where you're like I'd be absolutely shocked if they go?
Let me pull up the standings to make sure I'm not missing anyone. I mean, to me, my initial thought is the NFC. Whoever wins the NFC South has no chance.
Yeah, let's look up the playoff. I'll put it on the screen. The playoff machine. So we have Denver, Patriots, Jaguars, Steelers. Right now, or Ravens, Texans, Chargers, and Bills.
If the Steelers win on this coming week and they make it in, it's because it's win or go home between those two guys for the title for the AFC North, right?
Yes.
If it's Pittsburgh, I would say they have no chance of going to the Super Bowl. I don't think they have any chance. Yeah. If it's the Ravens, though, I think the Ravens could go. Like, I mean, they could get hot. I mean, they've got enough talent. They've got enough pedigree there where they could do it. I think any of any of those teams could go except Pittsburgh. I have zero confidence in Pittsburgh.
I feel the same way about the Steelers. I might throw the Chargers in there too, because they have such a horrible offensive line, like they can't protect at all, and they got like manhandled by the Texans. Yeah, if they still had Alt, and even just Alt, I think they'd be a Super Bowl contender. But like they can't block at all. It's like pretty sad.
On the NFC side, the Carolina or Tampa, whoever gets in for that spot, has no chance.
Yeah,
they're not winning anything. And the next team I'm the least confident in, it's weird to say because they're the number 1 seed. It's Seattle because it's Sam Darnold. I would, if I were a betting man, which I'm not, but if I were, I would be taking Bills, Eagles, Rams, Niners all ahead of the Seattle Seahawks as a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I would take Seattle above Green Bay's chances only because Seattle's going to have a one week off, right? Like Chicago, Green Bay looks like they're going to have to go to Chicago, which they could win that game. Certainly Green Bay could, but that's not going to be an easy game. Bears are playing well at home. That could be a windy game. Caleb Williams is, looks like he's gotten better at something other than painting his nails. So
can you get better at painting your nails? I guess you can, right? Takes lots of skill.
And so, I mean, really, Caleb Williams has had a couple of really good games the last few weeks.
Yeah.
He's playing really good football. And so, Brock Purdy's playing out of his mind football right now. Like that team around him has some chinks in the armor, obviously, but Brock Purdy is playing great. It was a fun game to watch. Like, I watched the Eagles-Bills game. And listen, I love defense as much as anybody, okay? Or maybe more than anybody. But I watched the Eagles-Bills on Sunday, 13-12. Just a boring second half. The Eagles' offense was terrible. And then I watched that Niners Bears game on Sunday night. It's just like, gosh, they're just throwing the ball all over the place. These guys are scoring like it's like watching watching Madden on easy mode. Like just and then Brock Purdy out there just like who is this skinny like this scrawny no muscle white boy from Iowa? Like looks like he grew up eating just like cream of wheat. Like who is this kid?
Yeah.
Like does he grow facial hair too? This guy, like, what is he? Has he hit puberty? Is he 12? What is it like?
It's like that Disney movie where like it's rookie of the year. He's able to win a job that way. It felt like a different sport, didn't it? Like Eagles Bills versus Niners Bears.
Oh my God.
Like is this a different level of talent or what? It was cool. You know what? And I know you're not a betting man, so I don't even know why I'm telling you this. Like the most fun bet to do live, and we've been doing this quite a bit, is combined quarterbacks passing yards. We had 600 plus for Purdy and Caleb Williams at like plus, I want to say plus 350, the 3.5 to 1 odds. And then we also had 650 plus at 8 to 1. I think it was 8 or 9 to 1. And I'm just like rooting, like, come on, throw. It feels like you're like on cocaine or something. It's just like, come on, throw. And then like it ended up at 633. So I won the 600 plus, did not win the 650 plus, but like nice. still hit 3.5 to 1. It's so much fun to watch that. It's like it's so exhilarating because you're like when they run, you're like, why are you running and throw? Like you're behind, throw. It's the best.
It's great.
Yeah. So I'd recommend that if you were into betting, which I know you're not. So what do we got here? Slew's asking FanDuel Super Bowl futures. Seahawks now the favorite, 5.5 to 1. So they spit in your face. They spit in your face. Kenny is let's put up the Super Bowl odds right now. Indeed, the Seahawks are 5.5 to 1. The Rams are 6 to 1. Broncos 8 to 1. Hold on, we'll expand this. So Niners are 9 to 1, Eagles 9.5 to 1, Bills 10 to 1, Patriots 11 to 1, kind of like that. Jaguars 12 to 1. I bet them at 20 to 1 a couple weeks ago. Texans 12 to 1, Packers 17 to 1, Bears 17 to 1, Chargers 20 to 1, Ravens 22 to 1, Steelers 80 to 1, Panthers 100 to 1, Buccaneers bring up the rear 150 to 1. No value at the end. Don't take any of these teams, please. They're not going to win. I agree with Kenny when he said that. Ravens at 22 to 1. I don't think that's high enough, but I do think that they have a chance. I would put them ahead of the chart. Well, they're not in yet, technically. So I think when they get in, they'll have a better number than the Chargers and the Bears, probably, and the Packers. You were talking about before when we were saying like who doesn't have a chance. I would put the Packers there too. If they had Parsons still, I would like their chances a lot more. But without Parsons, their defense is so bad. Like what Tyler Huntley scored 42 points against them, or 41. I know Derrick Henry did a lot of the work, but the Ravens shouldn't score 41 points against you if Lamar Jackson's not in, so their defense just got so much worse. So, but really, I mean, if you exclude the Steelers, let's say Steelers and Panthers both get in like it is here. It's good. The Steelers, Panthers, Packers, and maybe the Chargers. Every other team can win. It feels so wide open, more so than any other year I can remember in a long time.
Yeah, I think this feels pretty wide, pretty more open than I think you're right. I'm trying to think back. What was the last time we went into a season where he felt like there was just no obvious favorite?
I don't know. The problem is because we've always had Mahomes, Brady, or Manning in the playoffs for a very long time, and like when they get into the playoffs, like they're the team to beat. Like even if they're having a down year, they're like, okay, who's going to knock out one of the top quarterbacks? But we don't have that here. I mean, Josh Allen's like the closest thing, and I guess Matthew Stafford because he has a ring, and he's gone far. So it's really and really I guess Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, there's another quarterback that has a ring, by the way.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts too. I kind of forget because they can't score, but yeah, those three are the teams with the quarterbacks who've gone far. But yeah, I mean, you don't have one of those vintage quarterbacks or like the all timers, So it is.
Nick Foles is not in. I get it.
Yeah, he retired. If he was in, we were like, okay, Foles tier 0, and then everyone else. So yeah, he's not here. Speaking of which, a tough time choosing between Eagles players and players from Super Bowl contenders. How can he? Oh man!
Wow! Shots fired.
Wow. Yeah. Look. I think if the Eagles get Lane Johnson back, I know because I'm just kidding, but I think at least I think so. Like if Lane Johnson comes back, then I think the Eagles have a chance. We're talking via text today, as you said, and I compared them to like the 2000 Ravens, like not as extreme. Like the defense is not as good, but like it's the same thing where like that team was just like, all right, just give us 17 points, we'll win every game, and that almost feels the same way with the Eagles. It's like, okay, they scored 13, they won, but like they were kind of lucky that Josh Allen was like inches shy of the goal line that one play, and they didn't convert the two. Like if they converted the two, the Eagles lose that game 14-13. So, yeah, so they need 17 points, and they're gonna. I think if the Eagles get 17 every playoff game, I think there's a decent chance they go all the way. It's just because of how great the defense is. But I can't like confidently say that they're going to get to 17. That's the problem.
I mean, the Bills at home the last 2 years have averaged 29 points per game. Like that's pretty remarkable. The Eagles held them to 12 points. 12. So that's a pretty substantial thing. So I mean, I can't. Yeah, think of the teams the Eagles held to the Lions, the Packers, the Chiefs. They weren't as good this year, obviously, but like some pretty good offenses that the Eagles defense held to low outage, low output. So, I trust the Eagles defense, and I think at the end of the day, like I trust the Eagles offense to be effective for large chunks of the game. How's that?
Yeah, I mean,
we've seen it multiple times. 5 times this year they have had a good first half and an absolutely nothing second half, right? Like we've seen that against the Buccaneers, and then against they got obviously against the Bills, and then against the Broncos. We've seen that, and then the Cowboys, and then they had one game where it was the opposite, where they were absolutely terrible in the first half, they couldn't do anything, and then they were awesome in the second half against the Rams. So it's weird. They just can't put it together for one whole game, and maybe they won't. Maybe they won't put it together for an entire game, and they'll lose in the first round. Maybe.
You know who did that a lot was the Chiefs after they lost Tyreek Hill. And like for the 3 years afterward, and not including this season because they were just awful for the whole year, except for that 4-game winning streak. They've done the same thing, like scoring first half and then nothing second half, or vice versa. Nothing first half, scoring second half. It's so weird that like they can't put it together. Like how do you not even have a completion? Like you didn't figure you could complete a pass here and there. It's so weird how they just like collapse out of nowhere. And it is consistent because it happens so often.
A stat I sent you a text message a couple of days ago, but I just think this is a great stat. Is that in the NFL has been going now for 105 seasons. This is the 106th season, I think, right?
Yeah.
This is season number 106 in NFL history. Tens of thousands of football games have been played. Tens of thousands. Okay. There has only been twice in NFL history, 2 times, 2 times in NFL history when a team did not complete one pass in the second half or score an entire point in the second half. Did not complete a pass or score a point in the second half and still won the game. It's only happened twice. Both times were the Philadelphia Eagles this season.
The Tampa was the first one, right? Tampa was the first one.
Yeah, against Tampa Bay. Against Tampa. In the NFL history, there have been plenty of times where a team did not complete a pass in the second half or did not score a point. They lost every time. It's happened.
Yeah. That's wild. It's crazy. Like you think that you complete a pass accidentally or something. Yeah.
Also, if you took the top 10 worst offensive halves this season, top 10. So just one half of football. What's the worst offensive output of the top 10? The Eagles have 3 of them.
Wow.
3 of the in the other 7 are 7 different 7 teams did it once or are in the bottom. None of them are playoff teams. Well, except if Carolina makes it, and then they would get one. But that list also has the Jets and the Browns, and the Cardinals, the Colts. So yeah, the Eagles are in great company. But then also there are, there are moments they're in some statistical areas. They I think based on what happens this week, they may end up being the number 1 red zone team for this year. Like they may end up having the best first down conversions on first down. The most first downs got on first down. They may end up being the best red zone team. They may end up having the best turnover differential. They are one of the least penalized teams in the second half of the season. They were one of the most penalized teams the first half of the season. It's just like a weird up and down yin yang season. So it's like there are things that the Eagles do really great, and then there are things they do just absolutely terrible. And who knows what version will show up.
So what do you think happens to them in the playoffs? Let's say they host the Rams. Let's say it stays to this current seeding. Obviously, the Rams could go to 5, Eagles could go to 2. Let's say it just stays this way. How do you see the Eagles playoffs unfolding?
I think they beat the Rams at home in round 1. I think the Eagles are winning round 1 at home. I think just they're gonna rest their starters this week. Lane Johnson's gonna come back, and I think they're on a mission and to prove people wrong. And I think that's gonna be enough. They're gonna win. And then in round 2, they have to go to Chicago, and I think they lose. That's what I think happens. So
interesting. So I think I would assume that the Eagles against the Rams would be favored by maybe like 2.5 or 2 or something like that. And I think I would have the Rams winning that game. I still think the Rams are the best team in the NFL. I know you disagree, and I'd love to hear why specifically. But I know they just had a bad game against Atlanta. But a couple things, like first of all, they were missing 3 offensive linemen, including both tackles. Like talk about like the Chargers without their tackles. Like I was shocked that they even played their starters. Like if I'm coaching this team, like why am I putting my old quarterback out there with no offensive line? Like 2 tackles out and their best guard, or not in the game, and obviously Devontae Adams too. He's out too. So it's like why even risk it? This game doesn't mean anything. They can still get the 5 seed even if they lose this game. I thought that was the game they're going to sit their starters because this next one against Arizona means more because it has more direct correlation to where their seeding is. I know it's not guaranteed, but still. So I thought that was a misstep by Sean McVay. But I do think he's a great coach, and so you always have a mistake or two. Belichick's made mistakes. So that's one thing. The other thing is that to bring up what Andy Isco says all the time. He's a Wednesday co-host. He's been a professional gambler, a handicapper since 1990. He always says that every team will have an average of 3 bad games each year. Where Eagles even had that last year. The Eagles against the Panthers at home was one. Eagles at Tampa was another one. And then I would say Eagles against the Falcons in week 2, or maybe that was too early. Maybe the Eagles versus the Browns in week 6, where they almost lost to Deshaun Watson at home. Maybe that was the third one because week 2 is a little too early. So the Eagles had that. The Rams had this one. They lost at the Panthers. That was another one. There's weird interceptions in that game. And their third one was probably at San Francisco on Thursday night back in week 5, I think that was. So the Rams have had exactly 3 bad games. The prior week, they were up 30-14 at Seattle. And then weird crap happened in that game. There's the kickoff return touchdown. There's a 2-point conversion that was somehow ruled good, even though the whistle blew. That's so weird. And then they lost in overtime. So I'm not down on the Rams. I still think that they have the most complete roster. I do think you could point to a negative, which would be their short yardage. I feel like they're awful at short yardage. In fact, like it's weird that it feels like they're better on like 4th and 6 and 4th and 1. So I feel like they should just pretend that they're 4th and 6 and just throw it, because every time they run up the middle on 4th and 1, they get stuffed every time. It's just so frustrating. But I think that's their biggest negative. But once they get their linemen back, and none of these guys are out for the year, they're going to be back for the playoffs. Adams, I would assume, is going to be back for the playoffs. Once everyone's back, this team I think is the most complete team in the NFL. The great defense, great offense, great coaching. They're my favorite to win the Super Bowl personally. But yeah, I mean, I would love to hear like why you're down on them. So if you want to share that.
Yeah, I guess one, I don't know that they're going to be fully healthy. I think their offensive line could still be missing a player or two, and are they going to be 100% when they get back? Is Devontae Adams going to be back for the first game? Is he going to be 100%? I just think those are all question marks.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's a part of it. Now, if all of those guys are 100% back and they're 100% healthy, that's a game changer, obviously. Part of me is assuming that some of those guys are not going to be fully back for the playoffs or not be fully healthy. So that's one. Also, I think back to the game that early this year when the Rams and Eagles played. The Rams played a really good game for like 54 minutes of that game. The Eagles played absolute dog crap for 54 minutes of that game. I mean, not quite that. I'm exaggerating, but they were actually good for like they were dog crap for like 35 minutes and good for like 25 minutes. But the Rams like legit like gave an A+ effort on that day and did a lot of things good. The Eagles played like crap and the Eagles beat them. Like that's like a psychological thing. Like that messes with teams. I've heard NFL players talk about that, in interviews and stuff where like there is this, it does kind of mess with you. And so the Eagles have beat the Rams 3 consecutive times, and have kind of been able to beat and have clearly been the most physical team. What I also notice is the Rams are not physical. You mentioned them being not good in short yardage. That's been a problem all year, and I think it's because they're not the physical team. The Eagles are clearly they're the most physical team every time they play a team, particularly on the defense versus their offense. The physicality, it's crazy. I mean, it used to be like the Ravens were that. And I remember last year the Eagles went into Baltimore and they were clearly the more physical team, and that has been the case every time they step on the field. The Eagles defense is awesome, and the Rams offense has struggled against physicality this year. And their defense is kind of a finesse defense. They've got some really good defensive players, great defensive players, and they got a great coach. They got a lot of good players, but I actually think the Rams and the Eagles are not a great matchup for the Rams. I think the Eagles do good. And then also the Rams are built on speed on the edges. And if you got to go to Philadelphia and it's cold and windy or snowy, that neutralizes that. And listen, there are not many places in the NFL you want to play other than Philadelphia in January. Like, it's one of the best home field advantages. Maybe not the best, but it's one of the best in the NFL. And so also at the end of the day, it's this. Jalen Hurts has had his best games when the lights shine brightest. He's been terrible at times in his career. I'll be the first to tell you. I've ripped on him. But when the moment is the brightest in college and in the NFL, Jalen Hurts has been clutch. And I just expect him to elevate his game again. And so with all that said, I think the edge is Eagles Rams. So that's my thought. Now, I think if they have to go on the road to Chicago, I just see them coming out flat in that game. I think going into Chicago with the wind, I think they could easily come out flat in that game. Come off a big physical win. Hooray, they beat the Rams. Wow, what a great win. And then they go and lay an egg. I could easily see that happening. So that's my current prediction of what's going to happen in the NFC side.
It's interesting is I feel like if the Eagles get by the Rams, I think they beat the Bears. I think the Bears are an easier matchup. The Bears have no pass rush. Like, talk about that 42-38 San Francisco-Chicago game. Like, neither team could get to the quarterback. And like, that was the reason why these teams scored so much. And I really don't trust Caleb Williams. And, you talk about like big moments. I would much rather trust Jalen Hurts than Caleb Williams. Look, maybe he'll be able to get it done, but we saw in that Black Friday game, like he really struggled. And I know that like it was a windy day, and so, but you mentioned the win in Chicago, so I'm not convinced that he's going to do well in like unideal conditions. So, I do think the Rams game is the toughest game for the Eagles. It was last year. Remember? I mean, It was a snowy day. Actually, the second half was super snowy, and the Rams came closest to being the Eagles. They're about 20 yards away. And in the game that you mentioned, where the Rams were up 26-7 in week 3, like if it wasn't for that blocked field goal, the Rams probably win, right? If the kick goes through. So like the past 2 times, the Eagles have won 3 in a row against them, but the past 2 times, the Rams have come so close to winning. That I think it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be really tight the whole way.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think that I think the Rams and the Eagles are the two best teams in the conference. And it's a shame that they're going to be playing against each other in all likelihood in the first round. Now, if Seattle beats San Francisco and the Rams beat the Cardinals, the Rams are the 5 seed, and then San Francisco would be the 6 seed. How do you feel about San Francisco and Philadelphia? Do you think that's different?
I think because of the Niners' style of play, I think they'd be able to score some points on the Eagles. But I think the Eagles' offense would fare fine against the Niners' defense. They have no pass rush. They've got a lot of injuries. I could see the Eagles being able to run the ball effectively against the Niners, and that being maybe a slightly higher scoring game. But I'd feel confident against the Eagles versus the Niners. The only game that really scares me is the idea of going into Chicago because of Jalen Hurts has had a history of struggling in the wind. He doesn't have the zip arm strength, right? So in games where there's windy, both in college and in the pros, he has struggled mightily with accuracy. And so that is my one concern. Also, the Bears, they've had some pass rush this year. Now it has totally gone away the last few weeks. But they early in the year they had some decent pass rush. I don't know what happened that seemed to have gone away. There's not like major injuries that they've suffered that have like totally derailed their ability to rush the passer. It just seems like teams have figured out how to block them up. I don't know. In terms of big moments, I'm watching Caleb Williams. Listen, I've been the biggest Caleb Williams detractor. But the last month I'm watching him play, going, man, this guy looks like he's doing something. I could see this guy having a postseason moment that really kind of like, all right, this is the coming out party. Maybe coming out party in more ways than one.
It'll be like Stranger Things NFL edition. Why
does he paint his nails? Why does he paint his nails, man? It's so weird. Stop it, dude. Stop.
The one guy in the Sixers does too. What's his name?
McLean.
McLean, right? Yeah. I don't know why they do it.
That's weird. Stop it.
Is it a Gen Z thing? Like,
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
I don't know. It is weird. I don't like it. Sorry, I don't like it. So the Bears are your pick to go to the Super Bowl then for Bloody Gather?
I think the Bears might go.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I think the home field advantage is a big deal for the Bears.
Okay, yes, you should be drafting Bears players like pretty aggressively then in best ball.
I mean, I'm not that confident.
Well, I mean, you could get them late though. Like you don't have to spend that much on them, Like and really, like you only need 2 games out of them if you draft them like round 7 or later, and then maybe your top teams go or something, or maybe they go. What about the AFC? How do you think that'll unfold? I mean, we talked about Drake May. The Bills beat the Patriots in New England the last time they played. Feels like that could really go either way. To me, I think Jacksonville like smokes the Chargers. They already did that a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And
hot right now, man.
Yeah. I'm feeling good about my 20-1 long shot on the Jaguars. It's a good number. And then Texans Ravens. We saw that a couple years ago. The Ravens just kind of manhandled the Texans. But that's gonna be a defensive battle. I don't know who's gonna take that one. But I think I think it's down to. I mean, look, it's wide open, but I think that there are 3 teams that are above the others. To me, it's Buffalo, New England, and Jacksonville right now. How do you feel the AFC is going to go?
Yeah, funny that the number 1 seeds in both conferences feel like weak sauce.
I know, really, it does.
Yeah, I think whoever wins the Buffalo Patriots games is the most likely to go to the Super Bowl. Whoever wins that game,
yeah.
If it ends up being Buffalo, if that ends up being the seeding, If it's the Bills, I think it's Bills, Patriots, or Jacksonville are the options. If the Bills beat New England in the first round, then the Bills have to go to Denver. I think they win that game. And then then they go to Jacksonville, let's say in the conference game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's a toss up, right? I mean, in my mind, it would be a toss up. I think the Jacksonville, the way the Jaguars play right now at home, I think they not easily, but I think they certainly could beat the Bills.
Yeah.
And I think they'd be able to run the ball effectively against the Bills. So yeah, I would like if it's Bills Jags in the AFC title game, like I think it's 50-50 either way. But I like the Jags' chances in that. And if the Patriots win in round one, well then the Patriots host the Jags in the second round, right? And and then either the Texans or the Ravens or the Steelers go to Denver. I think in that case, if it's Houston going to Denver, I think Houston can win that game.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the Ravens or Pittsburgh going to Denver in round 2, I think Denver wins it. And so if it's Patriots Jacksonville in New England, I think I'd go New England there.
Yeah, it's
and then it's New England and Denver in Denver for the AFC title. I think it's New England, right? Like it shakes out New England in that case. So
yeah,
I think the winner of the Buffalo New England game in round 1, and probably the Eagle. I guess you can make the case that the winner of the Rams Eagles games. Maybe I'm just being a frightened Eagles fan, having watched the Eagles just lose to the Bears. Maybe that's mine. But maybe really the argument is whoever wins the Rams Eagles game is going to go to the Super Bowl. Whoever wins the Bills Patriots is going to go to the Super Bowl. Like maybe that at the end of the day, that's the actual reality. Like those are the 2 conference title games in reality.
Yeah, and the seeding could reverse too, because the Chargers said they're sitting the starters against Denver. So, and the Bills play the Jets. So even if the Bills play their backups, they could still beat the Jets. It's as bad as the Jets are. Like think about it this way: like it sounds like preposterous almost, but like who would you rather have, Mitchell Trubisky or Brady Cook? Like it's Trubisky, right? Trubisky's the better player,
Is he?
Brady Cook is so bad. He is. By the way, I had someone. So I made the joke on the site. Well, not really a joke. It's actually true. I was talking to Scott Mason, who runs Play Like a Jet, and he's like, oh man, I hope the Jets keep starting Brady Cook so they improve the draft position. And I'm like, Scott, I hope the Jets keep starting Brady Cook so I can keep winning my bets against him. And actually had a reader email me, and he's like, thanks for the tip on how bad Brady Cook is. Betting against him has helped me pay for my kids' school tuition.
Excellent.
Yeah. So like, I feel like Trubisky could beat Brady Cook, So if that happens, the Bills move to 6 and the Chargers go to 7. And that becomes, I feel like, a lot easier for the Patriots and a lot tougher for Jacksonville. But in the end, I think probably it's the same result if the Bills beat the Patriots in this scenario. So the Bills will go to Denver, which it's like we agree that Denver's probably losing in the second round. And then it's going to be who's it going to be? It's going to be the Ravens at the Jaguars or whoever. The Ravens at the Patriots, right? So, or Texans at the Patriots. So I think we know how that's going to go, and then it will be Patriots Bills anyway in the conference championship. So either way, we get Patriots Bills in some sort of fashion. So it might come down to that game anyway. In this scenario. It's pretty fascinating. I'm not touching the Denver players in best ball. Like I'm just not. Sometimes they take Jackson Smith and Jigga, but I don't know. I mean, you've done a ton of drafts like me. Like, how often have you taken these Denver players?
Only when I get in this. Usually when I back into it. It's like I did tonight in that draft. Like I get in a situation where it just doesn't make sense for me to take anything else. And the Denver players are going so late, or no, not all of them, but a few of them are going late enough where it's like, well, okay, just go ahead and take a few Denver players late. And I've done it a few times, but it's not a preferred reality. It's not something I preferred.
Where did they go, by the way? It's like RG Harvey went 404.
Yeah, I go so early. I wouldn't want to take him there.
Yeah, Sutton 405. So the problem is that you're not going to get them for the first round. Like they're not going to be playing.
Right.
So you're going to get 0 points from these guys. And then in the second round, they might lose. And then you just don't really get any benefit from it. It's like, they're so hard to take. Like if they're going round 7, round 8, where like the Bears players are going, where did Swift end up going? Swift went 804. Like I'd much rather have Swift than Harvey. You're going to get 1 or 2 games to Swift, but like you might get one game from Harvey or zero. Like you might get zero from Harvey because you don't advance.
Right.
So I think that's like super lopsided. I think that should be going the other way. We had a couple other comments. Can't tell how perplexed and mind blown I was today when I heard in the car and heard that Diggs had been charged with felonies, and they got in the car like an hour later to hear Diggs had been released.
two different Diggs.
Two different Diggs. Yeah, that's. What do you make? Did you hear about that story? The Trevon Diggs like asked to stay with his family, and they're like no, and then he's like, but please, and like no, you're cut. That's just of it, I think. I don't know. There might be more.
What a weird and he's got to clear waivers, right? I mean, but does anyone pick him up? You think anyone going to claim him?
I would assume so. Yeah. I mean, look, he's not played well this year, but he's still talented. Why wouldn't you pick him up?
It's crazy.
I don't know. Like who would need him even? Like, a bad defensive team, like the Niners or something, they could certainly use him. So
yeah,
I would assume that someone is going to prevent that from happening. Like one of the worst teams, in the playoff picture.
We'll put in a waiver, yeah.
So I hope your Eagles don't need a long field goal to win in the playoffs, Kenny.
Jake Snake is back. Don't worry.
Or to cover the spread, like last year, where I don't know if I told you the story. I was eating dinner with the family, and the Eagles game was on, and I'm like, for some reason, I don't know if it's the same with you, but like, I know it's not with Evan because we talked about it. My TVs are like 10 seconds behind everything. Like it is ridiculous. Doesn't matter which one's the one down here, the one upstairs. They're all like 10 seconds behind. And so if I'm following the CBS tracker, I know the plays ahead of time. I know what happens. And so I'm like, and I can't wait. Like I have a big bet on the Eagles. Like I want to know what happens before I see it on TV. So I have the CBS tracker on my phone, and I see the big play. I see like touchdown. And I'm like to my son, I'm like, Conrad, watch this. Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the league. Watch this. And so that was the play where Barkley just goes the distance. And like my wife and cheering, my son's like mimicking her. So he's cheering. And I'm like, oh crap. My wife's like, what happened? I'm like, he makes the extra point. I'm not covering. She's like, well, stop spoiling the game. So yeah, I had Eagles -7, and that was for the push, and he missed. The Eagles won by 6, and he missed an extra point earlier in the game. If he hit both, they would have won by 8, and I would have covered. It was like such a bad beat. I feel like. So I don't know. So anyway, that's my bad feels with Jake Elliott. So I definitely share that concern. If you bet Jake Elliott, my dad, by the way, is convinced that Jake Elliott is taking in money from point shaving. Like he's like that guy misses way too much for a good kicker. He's definitely taking in money.
I'm not sure he's a good kicker anymore. He's fine, but to label him good, like I guess that's where I.
Maybe he's missing on purpose so he can cover the spread. Can't. It's crazy. You can't count anything out anymore with that NBA prop stuff that we saw earlier.
Sure.
The Tim Donaghy stuff from decades ago. Like stuff can be rigged. It's not far fetched. So,
unfortunately,
same thing. Kim McEagle. He's watching a game in Seattle. I am 4 to 5 seconds ahead of him in Louisiana. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Like my TVs are just so far behind. Like both of them. So are you good to do another best ball draft, or you want to sign up?
One more, and then I gotta go to bed. But that's all right.
Okay.
When I say go to bed, I mean draft more while I'm in
bed. Bother your wife while you're in bed, just drafting.
Although my wife's been sleeping with eye mask, so the light from my phone doesn't bother her as much.
Okay, that's good. So it's time to do some math here in my calculator. I think there were. Okay, hold on a second. 78655 divided by 6. Yeah, we can enter right now.
This will be my 20th draft at the $20 level. I've also done 20 at the $3 level. So,
okay. Oh, nice. I think I'm at 17 at the $3 level. Like I save those for when I have to watch my when I'm watching my kids, and like I just want to make sure that if one of them hits the other by accident or something, I can like stop it and not worry about a $3 draft,
I also have the $5 draft. There's 5. You get 5 out of 5. I've done 5 of those.
Yeah.
So
okay, yeah, I haven't done those yet. I assume there's going to be another 3-1 that launches soon. So
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 4, you're 2. Okay, so we're not as far apart this time. Hopefully Josh Allen drops to me at 4, like he got to you at 6.
Probably not, because I may take my 2.
Probably not, yeah. I have done, I think, 30 of these, or maybe 30 to 35 of these $20 ones. I don't know if we're going to max them out. I feel like I don't have enough time to do that, but I wouldn't mind doing that, Plus, there's going to be round 2 onward best ball as well, which is 4-man draft.
Yeah.
Because there's far fewer teams. It'll be pretty hard to make a full team with six players there. So
I did a bunch of those last year. I just didn't enjoy those as much, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was tougher. I feel it's more intense to build a team.
Yeah, I didn't. It felt like too. It felt too lucky based on where you got, like where you're drafting.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time if I drafted 3rd or 4th, my team always sucked.
Mm.
So I kind of like, I don't know that I'll do those anymore. So okay.
Yeah, I was in a draft. I don't know if you follow DFS like personalities, but I did one of those drafts with like Coop from RPS, Run Pure Sports. I just recognized his handle. I'm like, oh wow, I wish there was like a comment, like a chat there. But I was like, I wonder if he's going to draft a good team. Actually, he did. He drafted like correlated, Ross like matchup, like no stupid picks. So I'm like, oh, they have a former $1 million winner drafting well. So he won the $1 million, by the way. I don't know if you remember that long game a long time ago. It was not that long time ago, but it was a few years ago, where it was Seattle, Detroit, and it was like 51-48 or something, or 51-45. He stacked that whole game. Like he had like every player from that game in his lineup. So it's a pretty crazy way to win $1 million. I'm sure anyway is crazy to win $1 million. By the way, I don't know if you saw today, the guy who finished second in the main best ball draft was a researcher for ESPN. And I don't know how do you feel about this? The conflict of interest, because ESPN has partnered with DraftKings. I don't know how you feel about that.
I mean, I don't really care. I'm surprised they allow that. I assume they would disqualify those guys.
Right. Exactly.
But I don't care.
I'm gonna go. I haven't taken this guy too often. I'm gonna take Barkley. See how that goes. I consider James Cook, but I'll let you have the possibility of getting Cook on the way back.
He's not gonna make it back to me.
You'd be surprised. I've gotten Cook at 2 or 3, so 2 or 5 might be possible. I doubt it as well, but
I would be shocked. It'd be great. Yeah. I would it would take me a quarter of a second to draft him, but it's not going to happen.
Something I want to try is Eagles Patriots, which I really haven't done. So Hurts and Browns go okay. So joke's on you, Spates. I didn't even want Jalen Hurts. I kind of want to see how like a Barkley May lineup goes. But yeah, it does suck that this guy took both Eagles. So, which like
Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert will still be there, and if you're going Patriots, you'll have Hunter Henry and Diggs. You have plenty of good options though.
Yeah,
the guys that are going still there in that range.
Yeah.
And the key will be getting Drake May.
You gotta be kidding me! Come on, why don't you take a Seattle Patriots? That makes sense. I'm not taking James Cook. That's stupid. I think I might pivot here to not Eagles. Let's just keep our options open. It's gonna go Stafford. We'll see what happens. There you go. You got Cook.
Wow, I can't believe it.
That's awesome. I don't know if that counts as colluding. It's not colluding because like I wouldn't have taken Barkley and Cook because I wouldn't have either quarterback for that stack. It wouldn't make sense.
Wow, so, I'm shocked.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I go Bills Niners.
You think Kittle? I fell into this dilemma the only other time I got Allen and Cook. I'm like, wait, what do I stack the team with? I was so excited.
Yeah, let's just see how that goes. I think that's going to be my best option.
Lawrence goes interesting. All right. Well, do I take Smith or this guy? Space is going to take Smith if I don't. You know what? I think I should just abandon Eagles. He's gonna take Smith, and I think he's gonna take Smith and Goddard, and I'm just not gonna get any Eagles. So no one's on Jacksonville. I'm gonna try Jacksonville. Although wait, that guy took Lawrence, so maybe if I block him from taking Jacksonville players, he'll leave me alone. See, he took Goddard. He's gonna take Devontae Smith, right? Should. Oh, no.
I would imagine.
Yeah, there you go. It's hard to believe Nico Collins. Oh, never mind. Nico Collins is still there. He just went. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna block this guy from Jacksonville players and see what happens. Maybe I can make a another Rams Jaguar stack, I guess. And maybe I can. I won't be able to do it with the Eagles because Lawrence and Hurts are both gone. So it's kind of weird he took Lawrence at 303. Like if you're building Jacksonville, why don't you just take Travis Etienne first?
Yeah.
Colby Parkinson's a weird pick too at 404. That's so early. I got him in the 12th round and yesterday, I think. Like, can you explain Parkinson to me? Like,
no.
He had a big game against Detroit. Last couple of games, he had what, a 4.1, 11.3 is not bad, I guess, but still, I don't know. I feel like there's so many tight ends with the Rams. Just don't know who to take. See, this guy's taking Denver players. Like, okay, you're not gonna have Sutton or Harvey in the first rounds. So you took Kincaid, nice.
Bills Niners. I have not built this stack before. With the best three players. If you're playing in a Bills Niners stack, like the best three players are Allen, Cook, and Kittle, right?
McCaffrey, but yeah, McCaffrey, that's not like feasible.
Luther Burden going pretty early here.
He looks good.
Yeah.
Let's go Brian Thomas, I guess. All right. So who's our Eagles player gonna stack with? Houston? No, Chargers. Okay, Chargers.
All right.
It's so underwhelming, that team. I had no confidence in them at all. I feel like Seattle's so easy to build too. If you get JSN, it's so easy to build Seattle. All right, gonna take Swift. I think I might look at Jags Bears as a possibility. Okay, he took Pearsall. Nice. Is Shakir still there?
Yep, he is.
Wow. I'm gonna just get everyone.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep, that's
living the dream.
It's crazy.
So hold on a second. Okay. Oh, I was gonna take Parker Washington. Oh well. So I'll take another Bears player, I guess. No burden, but still. I don't know what to make of Odunze with that foot injury. Is he gonna be back? Like who knows at this point?
Right. All right, so now this is a position where I only need two NFC players from a team to build multiple stacks here.
Yeah, I like when like you can be in that spot. It always feels good. Okay. ATN, Myers, Thomas, Strange. I'm in the same position, except I need an NFC quarterback and a flex because I have ATN, Myers, Thomas, and Strange. So I have like Stafford here. I would need like another Ram or another Jaguar, I guess. The Bears, I have the flex. I need Caleb Williams at this point. So let me take Caleb Williams. He and Walker.
Yeah.
Quorum. Let's think about him. All right. So it's a Caleb Williams. So that solves that. So I have I definitely have a Jaguars Bears stack, and I need one more player in the flex for Jaguars Rams.
Let me see. So yeah, so this I think this is a good setup here. Although I'm going to have one MC and one extra roster spot. So do I just go
let's go BPA.
An extra quarterback? Do I just do it just feels no.
Yeah, just take like the guy who can advance you in round one. If you can advance in round one, if you have like the predicted Super Bowl team, like you're gonna be in a really good spot. I need only 3 receivers. I need at least 2 more.
Yeah, that's the.
Well, you're not on the Patriots, right? So
no.
If Diggs is out or something, Boutte is going to look better, right?
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Okay, I'll get another Bills player. Just keep racking up the Bills players, I guess.
I like the 10th round pick, Dawson Knox.
And then let's go. I mean, Carolina's chances of making the Super Bowl is pretty low.
No one's drafted any. I've not seen Panthers players drafted at all. Have you?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
No, I see more Tampa players than Panther players.
I guess. I mean,
because like if Mike Evans can help you get out of round one at least, if he gets there. Like who won Carolina is going to help you get out of round one.
That's true. All right, let's go one on guy here and no. I'm just taking players who I think might help me get out of round one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It's the name of the game.
Bucky Irving, maybe. I guess Jalen Warren could be an option. I don't know.
So Tootin, if ATN goes down, you never know. Like, what if the Jaguars in the Super Bowl and Tootin scores the rushing touchdowns? And like, if not, a lot of people are going to have him. So kind of like that. Like the last 2 picks or so, you're like drafting players who are like, okay, if I get to the Super Bowl, like who's like this random guy who's going to be low owned who can get me over the top. That was almost. What?
Are the Bucs going to get in?
I think the Panthers win that game. So, and the Panthers have another out too. If Atlanta wins, they're in no matter what. It's like crazy. I actually do think the Saints are going to beat the Falcons, but if the Falcons win, then that's it. Like doesn't matter what Tampa does.
True.
It's pretty weird situation there. Do I need another Rams receiver? A Rams Jaguar stack. I have Stafford, ATN, Myers, Thomas. No, I don't. Strange. I need a flex. Okay, so I need a second tight end anyway. So I'm gonna take anyway Terrence Ferguson, who's like really athletic and he's showing up recently. I think he's had a couple good games recently. He had 54 yards and touchdown, 33 yards and touchdown. I realize that like Higbee's out, but like this guy is super athletic. Like, and maybe he's like hitting his stride here. I think he's like a really good 12th round pick. Just like if you have Rams, like why not take a shot on him? It's like you could easily have like 40 yards and touchdown in the Super Bowl if he gets there. Like that could be your player. You know, it was almost that player last year was Dotson because like remember he caught a touchdown and they called it back.
Yep, being out the 1 yard line.
Yeah. If he scored a touchdown, I mean, there was a lot of scoring in that game, but if that was like lowest scoring, like he could have been that difference maker. That you know, if he could have put you over the top for the $1 million. I did have a couple of teams that made the championship, the Super Bowl. And I was tied for first place for a while. But I didn't have Xavier Worthy in my top lineup. So once he scored that touchdown late, I just like dropped. So I didn't win, unfortunately. But anyway, how'd your team make out? What do you think of?
I think it's a great team. I mean, I've got the best Bills. I mean, I've got a Super Bowl matchup for Bills Niners, Bills Seahawks, and then I've got 2 extra players at the back end help me kind of to get me out of first round, out of round 1. Yeah, I've got all of the Bills production. So if the Bills go off and they have a high scoring game, this team is going to be awesome.
Yeah. I like your team a lot. It's a really good stack. I like my team too. I just wish like instead of Barkley just experimenting there, this guy really hurt me taking both Eagles players. And then Drake May, I wanted to build Eagles Patriots. So that didn't work out. But like instead of Barkley, had I known that, you know, hindsight's 50-50, as Cam Newton once said. Had I known that, I would have taken like Stafford here and then Adams, or I would just take Drake May or something. So so my stack isn't as good, but I don't know, maybe Barkley helps me in the first round or something. We'll see. But Rams, Jaguars, and also Jaguars, Bears are my 2 stacks. And I mean, you like the Bears, so if you're right, then I'm going to be looking pretty good. I think Swift is one of the best values in this draft. Like we talked about, he went 804 in that last draft. He went 603 here. Like it feels like he should be going like 4th round or so, maybe 5th round. Just because like he has so much potential. That Bears team, they run blocks so well. We talk about how like the Eagles can't block at all. They have the second worst run blocking in the NFL. I mean, in terms of like Saquon Barkley having the second worst yards before contact in the NFL, Ashton Jeanty being the worst. DeAndre Swift is the third. DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai have the 3rd and 4th best yard before contact in the NFL. Like they run blocks so well in Chicago. And like we saw that in the Black Friday game too. They just ran all over the Eagles. A couple comments before we head out. Sue saying same thing. The Cam Eagle, he'll be watching the game. Oh, we saw that one already. Frosty says, "Let's go, guys! Won the championship thanks to your astronomical help. That's awesome, Frosty. Congratulations." Frosty. Yeah, glad we could help, and hopefully we can help next year. Just run it back as defending champion. That'd be awesome. God bless Luther Bird. Yeah, Burnen's been great. I wish I could have gotten here with my bear stack, but I could not. But yeah, he's looking good. I think you called it, Kenny. Like you said, he was really good at the beginning of the year, but he just wasn't getting too many chances. And then like if you had him, you just stashed him on your bench the whole year. Like he really paid off at the end. So you know, that's it's something to keep in mind. Rookies get better. Unless you're Emeka Ibuka, and then you lost $4,000 potential dollars for Walt. So because I had offensive rookie of the year. So
who's going to win offensive rookie of the year now?
Well, let's pull up the odds because I have no idea.
It just feels like it feels like it's like everything is the wide open. This is the most wide open year and everything.
I'm going to make a prediction. I think I haven't looked at this. I think McMillan's the favorite, but I think Shuck is probably right behind him. Let's see.
By the way, Tyler Shuck actually looks like a legitimate NFL quarterback.
He looks really good. Okay, McMillan. So what'd you say?
Shocking. I couldn't believe it.
It is shocking. I don't know. He did not look like a pro quarterback to me. I thought 4th round, 5th round, and he's great. So he's plus 145. McMillan's minus 135. So I figure it's going to come down to one of them. Unless TreVeyon Henderson 11-1, maybe he breaks a couple long touchdowns. hopefully I have him also at 19-1. I have a small hedge on McMillan. I have nothing on Shough at all. Maybe I should bet Shough. But I have a 19-1 on Henderson. I have a 40-1 in Ibuka, which looked great. Like it looked fantastic.
It looked like it looked like the race was over a couple of weeks ago. Like, a month and a half ago, it seemed like a shoe in, right?
Yeah, it did. It did. And then he just has done nothing. Baker Mayfield's being injured has not helped, but I mean, he's had it handed into. He's dropped a lot of passes as well. So I don't know what happened to him. So that's really disappointing. Jackson Dart here, 19-1, and then you get your long shots. For some reason, these guys just listed. It's kind of interesting. And Ashton Genty at 350-1. If he, how does that happen? If he, the final week of the season, if he breaks for 250 yards and for 4 touchdowns, like does that even get him there? Probably doesn't even get him there, right?
No, he'd have to have 1,000 yards in the last week to get it. I mean, come on.
If he breaks the single game record, Adrian Peterson's 296. That might get him there because there's no one else, But I feel like he'd have to do that. He'd have to break the record, single game record.
I mean, he's been terrible most of the year.
Yeah. Same thing with Harvey. Warren would have to have an insane game. Cam Ward, I don't know what Cam Ward could do at this point. So yeah, it looks like it's up to these two, and then maybe Henderson. Like I said, if Henderson has a 200-yard game, he could definitely make the case for it. But yeah, it'll be McMillan. If McMillan has a big game against the Bucs, I think he's gonna be shoe-in. If Shough throws to 300 yards again, I think he could be the favorite. He threw for 333 on 22-27 passing last week. I know he's playing against the Titans, who suck, but like that was impressive. He just keeps getting better and better each week. Each week's better and better, So it's kind of crazy. Saints, I think, are the favorites to win the NFC South next year.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching and commenting. Really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow on New Year's Eve. We're going to we don't take any days off here. I kind of have to work because I need to feed the family. But anyway, we'll be back on New Year's Eve talking week 18 picks against the spread with Andy Iskoe. Can't wait to hear Andy's takes on all the games. We're going to be back on New Year's Day as well with Evan. And then January 2nd with Tom making his triumphant return from traveling on the holidays. So full week slate of videos. Other channels take the holidays off. We don't do that here. So check us out again the rest of the week. And otherwise, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit walterfootball.com for tons of content, and visit Kenny's website, thecapisfake.com. Tons of articles. You want to mention something about this before you head out?
This is the website that takes off lots of time. That's right. So walterfootball.com is the website that never takes off. Capisfake.com, we take off a lot. So
November 18th.
That's right. But the few days that this website works, the content is excellent. Check it out, thecapisfake.com.
Yes. I agree. Check it out. If you think the cap is real, you won't after reading this website. So right. check out thecapisfake.com. And once again, guys, thank you so much. Happy New Year's to everyone. If we don't talk tomorrow, we'll be going live. We'll be live when the ball drops. So that should be fun. So all right, guys, have a great night, and I'll talk to you later.
You the man, Walt.
You